Yo, 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 what's up, guys? S7 here once again. It's your boy, Brad Ochocinco. It's your boy, xpertFOX. And today we're doing a little Studio 7 game review, Avengers Edition. Let's get into it. Okay, so Audrey and I were the only two in the group to get the game. The rest of the group, though, did play the beta. So obviously they didn't feel strong enough to buy the game, or they would have. But Audrey and I did play it. Initial response from me, I liked the game. That first day, or the first day we played the beta, all of us did, was really fun, and it got me hyped to play the game. And then I started hearing bad things from other people. And it felt like Anthem all over again, like a game that I personally was enjoying, and then everyone was like kind of bringing these things to light that I was like, oh, okay, well, we'll see when the real game comes out, you know. Initially, what was your response?
I felt the same way, man. I was honestly impressed by the beta, right? We played it. I was like, okay, this game's actually not bad for like the loot shooter action RPG that, you know, they're advertising it as. But I did have a thought of like, dang, they are giving us a lot to play with the beta. It almost felt like too much, like not what I'm used to out of like other betas that I've played from other games. So I was like, I don't know, because now I don't want the feeling of I've already played it when the game comes out, you know? Like I want some surprises and things of that nature. I felt good going into it. I'll say that.
Yeah, me too. I felt good going into it. And then that first day it dropped, I was so hyped. I played that first kind of mission where you just little Kamala Khan and you're just kind of walking around the con, and that was interesting to me. I was like, okay, this is an interesting way to start this game. I'm excited to see what happens. And then you play that first mission again, and then you play the second mission. You're like, all right, I played this one too. And you play the third mission. You're like, God damn, bro, this is just the beta again. What is this? The entire first day I streamed was just getting through the beta stuff again. Like I literally was on Twitter like, yo, I'm sorry guys, we're just playing the beta again. Like this is ridiculous.
Again? Seriously?
During the campaign, there are some really good moments. There's that part where you're Iron Man and you're kind of like flying through like this installation to try to like get to the end of this facility or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you're not trying to fight.
But it's more of a flight simulator. And I feel like they really should have had levels that really cater to like a certain person's skill set like that, like Iron Man flying through a crowded area while you're getting shot at and you got to dodge missiles and stuff. That kind of stuff really worked for me. It wasn't until I played more of the game and got to the end of the campaign and I realized like there weren't any more of those things. Like it was like one and done sometimes. The campaign, how long was it? It was like 4 or 5 hours, 6 maybe.
6.
I didn't grind any side missions.
Yeah,
I was just trying to get through that campaign so I could get to the multiplayer, right?
It was like, actually, it might be more than that, honestly. Closer to like 8 hours.
It felt short. That's what I guess maybe it felt so short because we had already played like half of it, like almost half of it.
Yeah, 3 hours of that. So essentially 5 hours worth of stuff you haven't touched. Yeah, that's quick. Your 5 hours are gone. You're like, wait, what the fuck? That was it? Like, but you played 3 hours of it already in the beta 3 times over. You know, it's just like, oh.
I would say that first level, the one you play in the beta, where you're like you Thor first and you switch to Iron Man, and then like you go through the whole crew or whatever, and you get like 5 or 6 minutes with each of them. My initial response was like, man, I can't wait to do more of this. Like I can't wait to be the Avengers and kicking ass, and then switch to another one and then kick ass with that one, and it never happens again. You never do anything that cool again, and it's so disappointing. Like
the fact that they didn't even add that into it, more of those sequences where it's just like you're swapping between each character's perspective and doing the fight scene of the same fight. Like I wish there was more of that, and since they didn't add more of that, it's like they should have just made this bitch fucking co-op. Like it would have been a lot more enjoyable had someone else been playing like Iron Man the whole time or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
So I do want to try to talk about some good things. We just like roasted the campaign.
That's it, and that's our
and that's it. No, I do like the idea of leveling up your character to kind of fit your play style, and you kind of are slowly figuring out these combos. Like they're not really combos, but you're like, okay, if I do this, I can launch this dude, and then if I do this, I can go up and then hit him down, and then if I can do this, I can smash all these dudes around me, and then if I do this, I could throw this dude into this dude or whatever. And you slowly start to like, you don't even really realize that you're pulling off combos, even if they are kind of simple. I mean, it's pretty much just mashing square and triangle and then dodging sometimes, right? And then you wait until your cooldowns are done, and then you go off.
Yeah, I think that's why it was really cool that they added the skill tree, because as you unlock different moves to sort of effectively create your combo chain to be bigger, so that some moves kind of just like can be woven interchangeably at any point in time. Because I've seen some people with some like clips, and they have like some Black Widow like chain combo gameplay, and it's like a 20-second long clip, but it's 20 seconds of just like a single combo. Like this person is just juggling the fuck out of this guy. Just like what the hell? So the fact that it is only like square and triangle that you're playing with, it's just like, damn, okay, like they're really utilizing these two fucking buttons, bro. Like I'm able to do some crazy shit. So the fact that they're able to do that is really nice, especially for players who kind of just want to pick it up and play it. It's really easy to learn those things. Like some of my best moments. Tony going to space. That was really fucking cool.
That was lit.
Just experiencing that, just like, oh shit.
See, and then those moments that were so cool were so like few and far between just like the grind gameplay, that it was like, dang, I really wanted more of that. Like it's a shame because they had good parts, like what you just said, like these really cool parts, these unique parts, and then you would just do it once and then you never do anything like it again. And then I also felt like they leaned way too much on Elastigirl, Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. I don't mind her being in the game. I like that they started with her. It was a cool way to like introduce, but I really thought it was going to delve into like everybody. And for some reason, the game just like kept coming to her. It was like, no, you got to be Kamala. No, you got to be Kamala.
Yeah, and I think it was, maybe it is in typical Marvel style, but I don't know. I'm with you. I did not like how much they leaned on her, even to like progress like the issues that were going on in the story. Like in particular, the part where she plays a video and then the video is like not what she had. Like she's like, no, they did some deep fake shit with this video. That's not what happened. And then Banner and fucking Tony start going at it, and they end up fighting, right?
Oh yeah,
they, like, take the fight out of the jet or whatever, and she just like, she like sits down and she's like reminiscing, like what, I can't do shit, or what, I'm not ready for this. And it's like, what the fuck? Like those two of the dudes with the like biggest brain, the best intellect on the team are out there fighting, and like literally this chick's about to figure it all out, like, like, scour the earth, you're not gonna find it. Oh well, it's not on the earth, it must be on the satellite. Like, no shit, bitch, she said it's not anywhere on earth. Like, how does no, like, I just was like, come about, oh no,
you know what part was even more egregious than that? The part where she's like hacking into the login, and she's like, what would his password be? And she looks at the poster and she's like, I am Iron Man, and then types enter, and that's the password. It's like, no one else figured that out. Like, what the fuck? And now that you mention it, that part where they fight and they like both throw each other out of the ship, and the window's like broken and like they're just gone. That is a perfect opportunity to have a fucking boss battle right there.
That's what I thought was gonna happen, dude. Yeah, when they changed.
And then you fight the other one. Like, it makes so much sense to me. I don't know why they didn't decide to do stuff like that. It's just, it's so disappointing, because you see what could have been, and then like they decided to do something else. It would be easier pill to swallow if it was just a bad game outright. Even with how short the campaign was, Parts of
they
it
could
felt
have exploited that.
Yeah, parts of it just felt like a grind, and there were other stuff that they could have exploited. There was that Kamala Khan part where you're like bungee jumping outside of the ship and like stuff's blowing up, and I was like, dang, this is cinematic as fuck. Like, why isn't there more of this?
Exactly.
I don't get it.
Exactly.
All that, brawler shit, leave that for the multiplayer, for those people that want to do that. But
I agree with you. Like, that would have been such a lot better approach, even if they didn't change any of the things of the game inherently. Like, keeping it like that, like, give us more cinematic stuff. Like, I want to experience, I want to be Black Widow, and I want to be like infiltrating a whole base, like
exactly
Metal Gear Solid style. Like, y'all let me do that as Kamala. Like, what, bro? Like, okay, I do the sneak mission then, but as like Black Widow, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm pissed.
And that would have been such a cool idea to change the game to fit the gameplay of the character,
yeah.
God, it's such a swing and a miss, I think.
Yeah. I did not like how they gave you Taskmaster and Abomination up front. And we already played that in the beta. And those were like, after that, the villains were trash aside from like the final boss, Marduk. You know what I'm like?
Was there even another one? There was the chick in the robot suit.
Yeah,
the mech.
That. And you fought a Warbot as well at some point.
Oh my god,
like a boss. But there was no other like Marvel villains that we all know of, like Abomination or Taskmaster. Like, what, dude? Like, oh man, this is fucking synthoids, bro. What the fuck is this?
And this game was delayed. It was supposed to come out months ago. How bad would it have been then? Like, this needed another year of development. And the gear, I mean, everyone said it at this point. They've said it to death. The gear doesn't change you cosmetically, which is I think maybe the biggest problem of this game, because people love cosmetics. They love cosmetic shit. And that's one big thing that Injustice did right, the fighting game, is that any piece of gear you picked up changed how you looked. So everybody's character looked different from each other. And I do think the outfits and the cosmetics are good in this game. It's just a shame that the gear, which is such a big part of the game, doesn't change that at all, or it has no bearing on how you look. And that's a big disappointment.
Yeah, that's actually one point I wanted to strike up as well. Is just like I really felt like the gear doesn't do any. I mean, outside of triggering some like kind of cool effects, like shrinking enemies or something, or freezing them. Like, I'm not gonna like have builds, if you will. Like, I'm just gonna have whatever gear I have on, and that's gonna pretty much do fine. Like, I don't have to worry about shit. So it really, like, when you see other aspects that are kind of go in depth and make the game a bit more complex, like the combos and the moves and your skill tree, it's like, okay, now we have gear, so I expect that to matter or change dramatically my game style or gameplay style, and it really had no effect on it. And the game doesn't force any difficulty on you as far as like forcing you to switch to a certain type of thing, like, oh, I need more cryo resistance. Like, bitch, I'll just smash square, I'm good. Like, I don't know, it doesn't really, as long as I got like exotic gear or legendary gear or even purple gear, like, I'm good. Like, I'll withstand this shit. So
lots of times I found myself just like with the one gear piece that was good, and then any other gear I got, I just like erase until just I had that one piece. And then if I found that one piece better, I just erased the other one, switch it over. So it never did it feel like I was like, really preparing for battle or really focusing on stats. It was just like, which number is the highest? And it felt, at that point, it started to get more of like a chore, and it wasn't even like gameplay anymore.
See, and when the core of, the genre of this game is a loot shooter action RPG, at the core of that is the gear. All the skill trees, all the moves, what you do to kill enemies, like, that's all tertiary at that point. Like, it's cool they made it in depth, and it is cool that it's like a brawler style stuff. It's not just all guns or whatever, but it's like at the core, people are playing this game to get better gear. Yeah, hopefully, maybe they'll change that and add something. Like I said, they have open ears to the community and things they'd like to see change. So, it's hasn't been out too long, you know what I mean? So I could see myself maybe playing it a bit more on a regular basis. But as of now, since I beat the campaign and we already played the shit out of the multiplayer, I'm kind of just like, all right, well, that was cool.
Yeah, I don't think I've played it in like a week almost. And I mean, I love Marvel, and I don't have any other like games that I'm playing right now. So you'd think that I'd be playing this, but it's not interesting. Did you encounter any bugs? I didn't really encounter that many bugs. I've seen a lot of bugs
Really?
on the internet. Yeah, I've seen a lot of bugs out there.
My playthrough was pretty solid aside from like some frame rate drop situations
Yeah.
on certain scenes and stuff like that. What have you seen? Like, what are some of the examples? Like, was it
Lots
real
lots of like during like cutscenes, just like characters like just like stuck in place or some shit. Or I seen sometimes just like Iron Man's head, like just the mask is just like somewhere just like floating in the environment somewhere. Yeah, I've seen some crazy shit. I've seen lots of like enemies like around you, and they're just like not attacking you. They're just like all standing there, just like moving side to side or some shit. Yeah, I've seen some crazy stuff out there that thankfully I myself didn't have to worry about.
I had some like, and maybe this was maybe due to frame rate stuff. I'm not too sure, but there's a couple instances of fights where it was like a gang of motherfuckers. And actually, this may be more along the lines of like the enemy AI, but I would be surrounded by motherfuckers, dude. And it was only like maybe 2 or 3 of them would try to like swing at me. A lot of the other ones would just be like ganged up, standing around like, yeah, get him.
Yeah, they take turns, right? They're like, nah, your turn.
Like, what is this bullshit? Like, this is easy, bro. I don't want to, fuck this.
That's another thing. When you up the difficulty, it doesn't change their tactics or anything. You're just squishier. You're just down in 1 or 2 hits. Like that's all it is.
And they're spongier, really.
Yeah.
And then some of the harder enemies, I mean, even they don't, I guess even because of what makes them hard, like they auto dodge, like those enemies where they auto dodge,
yeah,
they break their shield. Like the more difficult they become, they do the same shit. So like it takes the same
skill level. It just takes like more
like,
focus.
Yeah, like I know what I'm gonna do now. Like I still have to do the same thing. I know what it is. And
yeah,
that doesn't really inherently make it more difficult for me. So that was kind of a letdown as well. I'm content with the fact that they probably let go as far as any more developing shit for this game. I'm sure they have some patch releases. They got some character releases. But some of the changes we would like to see, I don't think that they're gonna probably implement them at all. At this point, this game kind of is what it is already.
Yeah.
If anything, they'll change some multiplayer stuff. But yeah, campaign shit, I don't think they're gonna fuck with that.
So I do know that they're coming out with Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. I think I heard Black Panther, and then Spider-Man for us because we have PS4s.
Now, big question is, do you think we're gonna have to pay for it though?
The DLC, the stuff that's coming?
Yeah, because I haven't seen like a pass or like a battle pass situation.
No, they said it's all free.
It's all free?
It's all gonna be free. I don't think they want to piss off people any more than they already have. I think they're like, please come play our game. Please clap.
You know what, guys? The game's actually finished once all the DLC's out, and that was the game to be released way back when.
Jokes on you guys.
Yeah, jokes on y'all. Like, fuck.
So if you had to give it a numerical grade out of 10, because I guess we're doing that, Studio 7 game grade right here.
Okay.
If you had to give it out of 10, what do you got?
Okay. Through everything we talked about, right? And I know there was a lot of negatives, but because the good things were so good, you know, when we came across some of the bad things or things we wanted changed, the contrast was so high where I'm just like, man, this is actually making the game unplayable or just like not fun. Like the enjoyment is out of it at that point.
Yeah. That's
why I think with that all juggled and balanced, I would give it personally a 7.9. I don't want to hit the 8 threshold. I kind of, just because the state of the game right now, you kind of play it, you get through those components, you've experienced some things, and then it's kind of, you put your controller down at that point. That's really why I'm not putting it at over an 8 scale at all. But I'll put it right there because, you know, it's real early. There's DLC to come out. There's more characters to come out, which means more single player episodic content, which is really cool. You know, they could even be changing the multiplayer up, maybe because it seems too convoluted. Maybe they want to shorten it down to maybe 3 types of missions. I don't know, but they have a lot of room to play there with that stuff for the future stuff. So I'm gonna give it a solid 7.9. I think this game is worth playing, and I think it's worth picking up. It's more of an investment. I'll give that disclaimer right now. Like, it's good. There's some things that could be changed. It may take some time. You probably won't play it. You'll probably pick it up again at a later point. But I think it's still worth getting and investing in the game. So I'm going a solid 7.9 on that.
Okay. You're a lot nicer than I am.
Oh no.
Yeah. I guess maybe my disappointment drove it this far down. And I think maybe partially just because there's so many other good games that have come out recently that, you know, like when something isn't to that level or isn't up to par, it really shows. I'm gonna be giving this game a 6.5, and I'm giving it a little room to grow. I think maybe it could be a 7 or a 7.5 depending on the free DLC that comes out and how well that goes or how good that is. So I'm gonna give it a little room to grow, but for me right now, it's not a finished game. So yeah, 6.5 for right now. I think it's got some room to grow, and hopefully, you know, I'm into it. Hopefully we can do an update to this video, and hopefully the grade's a lot better then.
All right, that's not bad. I mean,
Yeah.
you gave it a 6.5. I'm a little generous. I gave it a 7.9. I'm really hopeful for its growth. I just got to say that. And I hope we get some more superheroes. I hope we get some Black Panther. I'm really excited to play some Hawkeye, shoot some arrows. You know what I'm saying? Anything they do decide to put in, I'm going to be there ready to play it. Bet. I'm not saying put this game on the shelf at all, but, you know, we'll see. But, you know, I think that pretty much sums up our scoring for today, right?
I think so.
Marvel's Avengers, you know what to do, guys. Make sure to click the like button, click the subscribe, make sure those notifications are on. You want to see more content from us, S7, we're here. Video games, anything, anime, we got you. Until next time, deuces, y'all.